Hey everybody, Matt of Slabathor here. Follow along today as we transform some Walnut and Sapele into a headboard that gets flattened by Slabathor and transforms this guest bedroom from a bed to a beautiful bed with a wonderful warm headboard. Since this is a butcher block style headboard, I went ahead and cut up quite a few strips of Walnut and Sapele. Cutting the walnut looks just like cutting Sapele, so I didn't film the second part of it, but I did film myself stacking it up. I really enjoy the layout phase for projects like this one. I don't have a plan drawn up for exact lengths. I'm not cutting, specific dimensions or anything like that. It's a lot of cutting by feel, seeing how things are going to fit together, reorganizing whenever it doesn't work out. I did have to rework a couple sections after I laid them down. It looked like a very intentional pattern, but only in one spot. Once I get to the end of a layout, it's really exciting to see what the final headboard might look like for the first time. I'm pretty excited about how this is going to turn out. One of my absolute favorite things about Slabathor for a build like this is that if you're quick enough and you have a glue that has long enough working time, you can glue the whole piece up in one go and then just flatten it all at one time. Type Bond 3 has got that 10-minute working window, so I was definitely sweating it as it came close to the end here. My phone died right before the clamping part, so you miss a little bit of the really chaotic, but it was great to see everything come together, got it all glued and clamped up, and then we were off to flattening. So I was off camera and I went ahead and pressed start motors in the iPhone app. I could have also pressed that green button on the back of it, but I was pretty focused on eating the burrito I had made for lunch. It was delicious. Leftover taco meat from the night before, all the fixings. Really a fun way to watch a big piece of wood get flattened is to sit back, eat a burrito, and not have to do any effort. I would strongly recommend that over doing it in any manual way. I had a couple questions on the last video about what the control systems are like and what the interactions are. And beyond pressing start motors, that's your only interaction until it's finished. There's two magnetic end stops on either side, and that's what it's kind of bouncing back and forth between and advancing the router each time it hits one. So that's how it cuts. So this first shot is the beginning of sanding. Pro tip for the future, don't put your phone on a tripod on your workbench because it vibrates quite a bit. I'll probably go ahead and skip through quite a few of the grits pretty quickly here just because the video was real shaky. And I didn't notice until after I was done with all the sanding, but it came out real nice. Like a lot of people, I'm a huge fan of Rubio Monocat. I think it just gives it a really nice look, really lets the wood stand out, and it's super simple to apply. So I did use the last of the Rubio I had in my shop for this headboard, and I've seen lots of different reviews for the different hard wax products that are out there. If you have a favorite, let me know. I'd love to try it out. Leave a comment below and I'll see what I end up buying for the next project. On projects like this, there's usually one section that is my absolute favorite, and the top of the headboard was it for this piece. It just has some really fun grain that really stood out, especially when the wax was applied. After the oil gets applied and it's buffed in with a white pad, you wipe off absolutely everything you can, and all you're left with is a beautiful headboard with an absolutely wonderful sheen. The only downside to building a headboard is that you see so much more of the headboard when you don't make up the bed properly, but as everyone knows, you've got to make the bed look good, and even with the pillows in front of it, it's still awesome to see the Sapele and Walnut sticking through. It was maybe 1 minute that I turned my back and my dog snuck in and wanted to be part of the show. So I'll leave you with this beautiful shot of a wonderful headboard on a fun guest bed with a really cute dog. Thanks for watching.